What's up?
What's good, y'all?
We're back with another video.
And today we're going to be telling y'all the story of how the two of us met. So, Jordan and I were going to two different churches, and two other churches in the area were like, hey, let's go to this youth conference in DC hosted by Dare to Share Ministries.
If you don't know what Dare to Share is, it is a 2-day event for young believers. I would encourage you to go. It's a lot of energy. You meet a mix of people from different states, cultures. Yeah, like I said, I would encourage you to go.
So check them out on Facebook and check out their YouTube. And I highly recommend it, especially because this year is their last year of the tour. So, 5 years ago, I met Jordan on January 20th, 2012. But the four churches decided to travel to DC together, rent out the hotel together, and do this whole conference together. 2-day event, like he said, it was a Friday and a Saturday. We got there in the afternoon, checked in, and the first service was a Friday evening. The lines were mad long. Some of the groups showed up a little late, so we were holding spots in the chapel. Anyway, when the four groups finally get there, we sit together, and there's all this downtime before the actual service starts. So people play this game called Ninja, and everybody stands in a big circle and like a ninja pose.
I've never heard of this game before.
I don't know what he was doing. I'll tell you what he was doing. We're all sitting in a circle and you like chop off limbs. But anyway, I didn't really care for this game, but there was nothing else to do for this hour, so that we were waiting before the service started. So I jumped in. But anyway, while I'm playing, kind of not playing, I'm looking around and I keep making eye contact with this boy. And he's cute. And every time I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. And so I'm wondering what's up with him. But I never really said anything.
So, I see her. And at the time, I was with, we're going to call him John. John is important in this story. So I'm with John, we're sitting there, and I see her. She's looking at me. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's pretty. I know she likes me because I have the juice.
Friday, no conversations were had. We just exchanged these looks back and forth. Saturday rolls around. Saturday has two services. There's one in the morning, early in the morning. And mind you, we all stayed up late hanging out together. So we were like...
It was lit. We had a party. It's a pizza party, yeah.
Oh, okay, pizza party.
But I didn't go. See, I was just chilling in my room. John left. I don't know what he was doing. But
probably talking to me. So Saturday morning at 8, 9 was the first service. I mean, we are slumped in these seats. In the afternoon, we break for our fellowship portion or for our ministry portion where we go to different businesses around or the mall is nearby and we do our different assignments from the conference. And then we come back together maybe 1 or 2. This is when most stuff goes down.
I was in my seat. I think John left for a second. So she comes up with her friend.
Jane
asks for my name. I give it to her. I move on. And so do they.
Later, there is this evening portion. And things get interesting at the evening portion.
I'm with John. John somehow gets Tiffany to come over. So she sits between us for the duration of the skit. There was a skit going on at the time. So Tiffany wants to make this joke. I laugh. John agrees. She turns to me and she says, you weren't supposed to laugh. So I'm kind of like, huh?
I don't even remember this.
I was like, okay, what was I supposed to do? I ignore it and we go on. So we proceed with the skit. John is touching her rings. Anything he can do to get his hands on her. So I'm like, okay, he got it.
Conference ends. We actually travel back home that same night. We pack onto the bus. I sit with John. That's that. When we finally get back to our hometown, maybe 1 in the morning, and we get off the bus. I don't know if I gave John my number on the bus when we got off the bus. Either way, John had my number. And that was pretty much the last time I saw John and the last time I saw Jordan. I don't even know who Jordan sat with. He claims he sat by himself.
I go home and I'm like, how could I skip out on an opportunity like that? I don't know what was wrong. So the next day I see John.
Because they go to the same church.
Mm-hmm. John, I'm going to need her number. At first he's like, nah, I can't give it to you. I think they exchanged a few texts, so he's kind of feeling her. But eventually, I finessed it out of him.
Because you got the juice. So, a few days later, like after we got back on that Sunday, I get a text from Jordan, like, hey, this is Jordan. I don't even know if I had like asked how he got my number. He was like, oh, from John or what. But it was creepy, low-key cute at the same time. And we would text.
We was on and off for a minute. We'd talk for like a week.
We would.
Then like a whole month, we'd be strangers. And then somebody would initiate it again.
I think it's really crazy that he and I went to churches like 15 minutes apart, but it took a trip to DC some 2 hours away to finally meet each other. I remember like telling my mom, like, Mom, I want somebody. And I always wanted a cute love story. And I was just a little 13-year-old girl. I don't know what little girl doesn't want a cute love story, but I think I have one.
It's a trap.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for our next video.